Gladiator fights have long been romanticized as epic battles showcasing the strength and valor of ancient warriors. However, what if I told you that the roots of these battles lie far deeper than mere entertainment? The origins of gladiatorial combat began as part of funeral rites, a way to honor the deceased and exhibit bravery. These early contests served a significant purpose: to appease the spirits of the dead, ensuring their passage to the afterlife. Imagine a time when the honor of a fallen warrior was paramount. Gladiators were often warriors themselves or volunteers who sought to demonstrate their prowess and bravery. As these contests evolved, they morphed into public spectacles that the Roman Empire embraced. Over time, the fight transitioned from a somber tribute to a form of mass entertainment, with the growing demand for new ways to captivate the public's attention. Understanding this transformation reveals a complex tapestry of motivations, reflecting the Romans' values surrounding honor and sacrifice. While many envisioned gladiators as fearless fighters thriving in the arena, the reality was often far different. Most gladiators were slaves or prisoners of war, forced into their roles against their will. They were trained rigorously in special schools called ludi, where their lives revolved around survival, honing their skills to face deadly opponents. The harsh realities of their existence highlight a paradox. Despite the brutality of their circumstances, some gladiators achieved fame and wealth. This duality presents a compelling narrative that challenges the notion of gladiators as mere entertainers, emphasizing their fight for dignity amid the odds stacked against them. But the spectacle didn't end with the fighters. The arena itself was a site of immense political power, serving as a stage where emperors could showcase their authority. As thousands gathered to witness the brutal clashes, these events became a carefully orchestrated means of distracting the public from political turmoil. The Colosseum was more than just a venue for entertainment. It was a tool for social control, where the display of power intertwined with the thrill of the fight. The complexity of this interplay between politics and entertainment complicates our understanding of gladiatorial combat, revealing it as a multifaceted phenomenon. In essence, the truth behind gladiator fights is layered with cultural significance and moral complexities. While many Romans viewed these contests as celebrations of strength and honor, a significant faction criticized them as symbols of moral decay. Philosophers and playwrights engaged in debates about the ethics of bloodshed for entertainment, reflecting a cultural clash of values that echoes through time. This ethical dilemma invites us to ponder our own views on violence and entertainment, questioning what we value in our society. What was it really like to be a gladiator in ancient Rome? Most people picture these fighters as heroes, but the reality is often darker and more complicated. Many gladiators were not volunteers seeking glory, but rather slaves or prisoners of war, forced into the arena against their will. Imagine being taken from your home, stripped of your freedom, and trained to fight for survival. This brutal life began in specialized schools known as ludi, where gladiators underwent rigorous training to hone their combat skills. The training was intense, focusing not only on physical strength but also on strategy and discipline. Gladiators learned to wield various weapons and adapt to different fighting styles, which increased their chances of survival in the arena. Each day in the ludus was a battle against exhaustion and fear, with the specter of death always looming. Despite the brutality of their existence, some gladiators managed to achieve fame and wealth, creating a fascinating paradox. While they fought for their lives, some were celebrated as heroes and admired by the public, gaining a level of fame that few free citizens could attain. This duality complicates the traditional view of gladiators as mere entertainers. The struggle for dignity amidst their grim reality is a poignant narrative. Many gladiators formed strong bonds with their fellow fighters, sharing the unique experience of facing death together. They became a brotherhood forged in the fires of the arena, relying on one another for support and camaraderie. This sense of unity provided a flicker of hope in an otherwise harsh existence. The story of gladiators also sheds light on how society viewed strength and courage. While many Romans celebrated gladiatorial combat as a demonstration of bravery, there were voices of dissent. Philosophers and critics questioned the morality of forcing individuals into such deadly contests. This ongoing debate raises crucial questions about human life and the value placed on entertainment. The complexities of a gladiator's life challenge our assumptions and compel us to explore the broader implications of their existence. As you reflect on their struggles, consider how these ancient fighters navigated a world that often saw them as commodities rather than human beings. The legacy of gladiators serves as a powerful reminder of the fight for identity and respect, even in the direst of circumstances. How did the arena serve as both a stage for entertainment and a tool of political control? The Colosseum, one of the most iconic symbols of ancient Rome, hosted thousands of spectators, turning what began as brutal combat into a massive spectacle. Imagine standing among the roaring crowd, the air thick with anticipation as gladiators prepared to fight for their lives. These events weren't just random bouts, they were carefully orchestrated displays designed to captivate the public and maintain order within the empire. The grandiosity of these games was a distraction from the political turmoil and unrest of the time. As emperors faced growing dissent, they recognized the value of spectacle as a means to secure their power. By providing thrilling entertainment, they could divert attention away from their governance and the challenges they faced. This tactic proved effective. The cheers of the crowd drowned out any murmurs of discontent, reinforcing reinforcing the notion that the emperor had control over both life and death in the arena. It was a display of might, showcasing not just the prowess of the gladiators, but the power of the state itself. Emperors used these games to gain popularity and demonstrate their strength, linking the thrill of combat to the stability of their reign. You'll see how these events were more than mere entertainment. They were a calculated effort to weave the fabric of society, ensuring that the masses remained entertained while their rulers maintained authority. As you delve deeper into the arena's history, you'll discover that it was also a reflection of Roman values. The crowds gathered to witness the valor of the gladiators, who embodied ideals of bravery and honor. Yet, the reality was starkly different. Behind the cheers lay the grim truth that these fighters were often reduced to mere pawns in a game of power and entertainment. The cheers of the crowd masked the suffering and sacrifices of those who fought, blurring the lines between sport and slaughter. This interplay between politics and entertainment complicates our understanding of gladiatorial combat. As just a sport, it challenges us to question how societies define heroism and valor when such acts are intertwined with violence and suffering. The arena was not merely a place for bloodshed. It was a complex stage where human lives were played out for the amusement of the masses and the preservation of power. Did the Romans see gladiatorial combat as morally acceptable, or was it a point of contention? Many Romans celebrated gladiator fights as a demonstration of strength, honor, and bravery. These events were filled with pageantry and fanfare, where the crowd cheered for their favorite gladiators. The gladiators, often seen as heroes in their own right, embodied the ideal of a warrior willing to face death in the name of glory. But was this really a noble pursuit, or was it something far darker? On the other side of the coin, there were those who criticized the practice. They argued that such brutal bloodshed highlighted the empire's moral decay. For them, gladiatorial combat represented a society that had lost touch with its values, one that thrived on violence and spectacle. Prominent philosophers and playwrights of the time debated the ethics of these games. They challenged their fellow citizens to consider the implications of using human life as entertainment. This cultural clash revealed a society grappling with its conscience. Think about this. What does it say about a culture that allows bloodshed for enjoyment? The ethical dilemmas surrounding gladiatorial combat aren't just historical footnotes. They resonate with our own societal debates today. The fact that some Romans felt it was acceptable to watch humans kill one another for sport poses questions about empathy and morality. What does our fascination with violent entertainment say about us? This introspection invites you to reflect on your own views about violence and the forms of entertainment you consume. As we explore the cultural context, it becomes clear that the Romans had a complex relationship with violence. They saw it as a test of character, a way to honor the gods and appease the spirits. This belief system, however, was not universally accepted. Critics of the games argued that the glorification of bloodshed contributed to a decline in moral standards. This ongoing debate about the ethics of gladiatorial combat serves as a reminder that societies must confront uncomfortable truths about their values and choices. Ultimately, the ethical implications of gladiatorial combat in ancient Rome challenge us to think critically about how we view violence in our own lives. By examining these issues through a historical lens, we can gain valuable insights into our contemporary relationship with entertainment and morality. So, what have you learned about the brutal truth behind gladiator fights? They were far more than just violent spectacles designed for entertainment. They were deeply woven into the cultural, political, and ethical fabric of ancient Rome. Understanding these complexities challenges our perception of how societies value life, honor, and entertainment. Throughout this exploration, we've discovered that gladiatorial combat originated from rituals intended to honor the dead, evolving into public spectacles that captivated audiences. We've seen how the lives of gladiators were often filled with suffering and struggle, where many were forced into the arena against their will. Yet in this harsh environment, some managed to achieve a level of fame and fortune, highlighting a paradox that forces us to reconsider their role in society. Furthermore, the arena served a dual purpose. It was a site of brutal entertainment, but also a means of political control. The emperors understood the power of distraction. By keeping the populace entertained, they could manipulate public sentiment and maintain control. This interconnectedness of politics and entertainment complicates our understanding of gladiatorial combat and underscores its significance beyond mere sport. As we delved into the ethics of these contests, we encountered the profound debates that surrounded them. Many Romans glorified the violence, viewing it as a test of strength and bravery. In contrast, critics lamented the moral implications of such brutality, arguing that it reflected a decline in societal values. This ongoing ethical dilemma encourages us to reflect on our own relationship with violence in entertainment today. The story of gladiators ultimately reminds us that behind the bloodshed lies a rich tapestry of human experience, filled with both glory and tragedy. It invites us to think critically about the nature of entertainment and its implications for humanity. As we conclude, consider how the lessons from ancient Rome might inform our views on justice, entertainment, and the value we place on life in our own society. By understanding the past, we can better navigate the complexities of our present and future. If you enjoyed this epic journey, please subscribe to our channel for more thrilling historical tales. Don't miss out on new videos. Hit the notification bell to stay updated.